Another guy who plays with a very violent style, Matthew, is Deebo Samuel, who is now a teammate of yours, giving you speak as though you're often on the team yourself. How are you feeling about the Deebo era in Washington?
I'm very excited. First off, friend of the podcast multiple times. I don't think we've had an NFL player on this show more than Deebo Samuel. I think we've had him on 3 times. He sat there.
Maybe Eckler.
Trey McBride is challenging.
Yeah, Trey McBride's up there, Eckler's up there, but yeah, I mean,
none of them know Seal.
None of them have sat there next to Grammy Award-winning Seal and listened to Lawrence Jackson try to sing. Deebo Samuel sat there with a straight face
until I started singing.
Yeah, and then he
broke through.
He smiled. Also, because he probably knew he was going to soon be catching passes from Jaden Daniels. You saw the clip that we opened up the show with. I said he'd be traded in the next couple of days. Turned out it was the very next day. That Saturday night, he ended up getting traded to my Commanders. Only one team in the NFL ran more wide receiver screens last year than my Washington Commanders. They were second in the NFL. They ran 56 wide receiver screens, and they did that with guys like, Diami Brown and Olamide Zaccheaus and Noah Brown, and obviously McLaurin. So I think this is a really good fit scheme-wise for Deebo Samuel. The question becomes, obviously, can he stay healthy? Again, I'm looking at this through my burgundy and gold-colored glasses, but he's on a 1-year, I don't want to say prove-it deal, but it's the last year of his contract. The production was down last year. I think there were some reports that he was overweight. My expectation here is that fresh start, that he goes to a Kliff Kingsbury offense, which is made for him, which does so much in terms of yards after the catch. This is somebody, Deebo Samuel, who led all players in yards after catch per reception since he's entered the NFL in 2018. It's such a big part of his game. At his press conference at the Combine, Dan Quinn talked about somebody that he was looking for, somebody in the wide receiver room that could violently attack the defense, that could have yards after the catch, that you could get into space. And it was so funny, after he gave that answer, I was standing next to J.P. Finley, our friend and colleague over there at NBC Sports Washington, and Finley just turned to me and goes, he just described Deebo Samuel, and I'm like, yeah, he did. Yeah. And what do you know? 2 days later, they go in and acquire Deebo Samuel. I think fantasy-wise, I think he's probably in the 30 to 40 range, but obviously tremendous upside because we've seen him be an elite fantasy wide receiver for a lot of his pro career.
Yeah, you talk about keeping him healthy. I think it goes hand in hand with having a quarterback like Jaden Daniels who can threaten the defense with his running ability. That takes some off Deebo Samuel. At the same time, Deebo Samuel will take something off Jaden Daniels where you can get him the ball quick, so they'll help each other out. He's a good complement to Terry McLaurin. We know what Terry McLaurin could do on the perimeter, so let Deebo does what he does in the short area of the field, get the ball, and gain yards that way.
Schematically, and you guys said this, you almost can't find a better spot for him. You just know Kliff's going to know how to get the ball in his hands. And I talked to somebody right before this trade went through at the Combine. They're like, yeah, the Niners are just tired of the conditioning every year. Like every year it feels like, is Deebo going to be in shape and healthy and ready to roll? But maybe this reignites him a little bit. You're around Jaden Daniels. You're in a new offense. You're in a new place, and you want to show everybody, I still have a lot left in the tank. Diami Brown, I believe, a free agent.
Yes,
so you're not worried about any target situation here at all. It's a great landing spot. He just needs to make the most of it.
No, I mean, it's a very thin wide receiver room after Terry McLaurin. A lot of those guys were 1-year deals, and we'll see how many of them come back or not. But similar to the Lakers trading for Luka, Jay Croucher, to put this in parlance, you understand? I feel like Deebo, this will be a bit of a wake-up call, and he'll get in shape again. He's got 1 year left in this contract, 1 year left of guaranteed money. So I think Deebo gets in shape. I also think this also takes some pressure off that running back room as well, because, again, you can use Deebo so creatively in the backfield, and you think about somebody like Austin Eckler there as well. Interested to see if Eckler is back with the Commanders. But I think there's a lot that this specific offense and this specific play caller can do with somebody like Deebo Samuel.
Well, look what they just got out of Zach Ertz. He was a veteran coming off injury, older player, older than Deebo, definitely. Sure. So, it could work out.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.